Hello, this is a storyline reading as far as a little girl, Jada Moore, who was murdered by her grandfather. This happened in Illinois, and I just saw it upstairs on my computer. It came down on the timeline on Black Girls Lost, if I got it correctly, podcast. And it just screamed out. It screamed to me to do a tarot reading on this little baby because I hate when people hurt children. That is something that irks me truly bad. I see her spirit right here on my computer. She's here in spirit, the baby, 5-year-old Jada Moore. It was said in the news that she was whipped by her grandfather. Okay. Why is she not among the living? Because you can get a beating and you can still survive. Because a lot of children got beatings with me growing up and they survived. Get what I'm saying? So the thing is, what was going on with this man? What was going on with him to make him do this to this baby? It said that she soiled her clothes. Okay, she soiled her clothes. Big deal. What's the big deal? Wash her up and change her clothes. That's what you do. If he couldn't handle her, he should have gave her back to her mother, wherever her mother was. Give her back to her parents. Okay? If the parent couldn't handle her, put her in foster care. They need to do something because this baby should be alive right now, having a good time, thriving and playing like a little baby should, a little child should. I feel like myself personally, it don't have to be what I feel like, but I feel like before I even do the storyline, because we got to find out what was the problem here, right? But I'm going to say what I feel like. But what I feel like don't really mean it's true. But what God put on the table for me is true. Get what I'm saying? But what I feel like is that this grandfather of hers was using some kind of drugs. I feel that strongly. And I feel like it was some kind of abuse going on. That's what I feel like. This little girl could talk. And when children can talk, they can tell on you. Get what I'm saying? I don't put nothing past nobody. Okay? Her mother wasn't there to protect her. She wasn't in sight. She was left here with her grandfather that's supposed to protected her and cared for her, and the grandmother or the step-grandmother, whoever his wife was to this baby. And neither one of them did that. Both of them violated her by beating her and not taking care of her like they should have. So let's see what God says for this storyline. Okay? She's here in spirit, little Jada. Speak, little Jada. Speak. Universe, speak along with little Jada. The words she can't say. Put the cards on the table. What happened to little Jada? What led up to it? What happened during that time? And why is little Jada deceased? Why? Because soiling her clothes is no reason why she should be in the ground. Get what I'm saying? Or if she just was murdered, still is no reason why she should be in the spirit. It's a beautiful thing to be with God, we know, but there's no reason for this baby to be murdered because she was murdered. Because that's what it's called, murder. She didn't die by herself. So let's just flow. That's why parents need to keep themselves together to take care of their own children. And sometimes you got parents that's not together where they not even taking care of their children and being good for their children. So children got it hard out here. They don't have nobody to protect them. Not one person. They fighting a losing battle. Their grandparents murderers, their parents murderers, the foster care people murderers. They can't They can't get a break. So let me just go with this because that touched me to make me come down. It's like 10:35 at night. That drove me down. I had to come in here and do this storyline. I had to come to this storyline because I love kids. Universe. Jada, give me 7. I'm here at number 7. So let me find number 7 for a minute of abuse. These are abuse cards. What is this? Bear with me. And 14. So this is 7 and 14 I have. Bear with me. 14 is on the floor. 14, where are you? I'm hearing that song that be on TikTok. Can you let me down slowly? I don't know what all they're saying. I wish I knew it. It's saying, can you let me down slowly? Can you show me something about compassion or whatever it's saying? So maybe the grandparents should have let the baby down slowly, had compassion, and not be so mean about this thing. If she soiled her clothes, just change her clothes. How about that? Okay, so we got that 14. So let's see, the top one is what? It was a meeting place. Are you wearing those clothes? So some kind of way, I don't know, because I don't know, this happened at nighttime, some kind of way. She had certain kind of clothes on, right? So evidently her clothes got soiled, right? So let's just flow. It was talking in her surroundings, and that would be her grandparents. So her grandparents needed her pretty much. She was their lifeboat, because some kind of way they must was receiving money for her being there. Okay, it says right here that she needed tenderness and sensitivity because her grandparents had the feelings inside dealing with something judicious. They needed to plant a vision though. Maybe little Jada was groggy, but she was on the battlefield because she was dealing with her grandfather or both of them that wanted her to be submissive. Universe says that little Jada was educated, right? But she is dealing with a fool and a jackal. Follow me? So we hear right here is nobody's affair but the person you're involved with having consideration for her. So that would be the grandfather and his wife. It's nobody else's affair, right? Should you forgive for the God mission? So some kind of way, should somebody forgive one of these parents, the grandfather or whatever, or should one of them forgive little Jada for the God mission because she soiled her clothes? Because they needed to learn how to filter it, because one of them or both of them was tearing down this baby's emotions. Follow me? Let's just flow. So we hear right here that little Jada was a people pleaser and doing all she could to make them happy, right? Knowing that her words had power, right? It's time to heal them because they chose to stick a fork in little Jada. Follow me? So it says right here, don't be held hostage to a death, and that would be for the mother of little Jada. Your loved one is here in spirit. Because it says refuse to stay in a puddle because it will keep you wet. So the grandparents, if they couldn't handle little Jada, they need not stay in that puddle. They need not hold on to her. They need to give it back to her parent. Get what the card is saying for this storyline? Universe was driven to guide them to their path. But would they go? That means would they just give the baby back to the mother? Okay, here's the extension. Talking through the extension. Pillow talk, kind talk, nice talk. Somebody was talking, right? Some kind of way. Or in person. Follow me? So if it was through the extension, that means that they was one of the grandparent was talking or the child was talking, Jada, to her mother or to somebody through the extension. If it's in person, that means that pillow talk actually means pillow talk. It means you laying down beside somebody. Follow me? So we hear right here, extension, extend. Okay? Because I really feel like it was abuse personally myself. It don't have to be what I say, but I feel like it. Here's the card right here backing up what I feel like, right? But that's just me. Circumstances stopped Jada from living a lifetime. Living with a grandparent, seeing her mother, having a life or whatever. Circumstances. Because she was murdered. Because it says right here, they needed to see it for what it is, right? Because the grandfather was energy seeking. He needed to see it for what it is, though. Because he had to feel the moisture of what he was feeling, the moisture of what this took from him. I guess from her peeing on herself more than one time. But life itself was like a jigsaw puzzle to the grandparents, right? Or to little Jada in that house, right? He needed to plant a seed of playful energy, that grandfather of hers, right? Because it says right here that no longer will he be filtered. He was going to rise to the occasion given to him, and he rose. Because here's a shark to little Jada. And the news, the family, everybody want to get the truth out of a story otherwise. Follow me? Because it says he looking at nobody's perfect. But the X was not for Jada. And the X would be the grandfather. Follow me? Because right here he beat little Jada one way or another. But he did it physically. So we might as well just say physically, right? She needed to go home to wherever her mother lived. She needed to go home. Get what the card saying. Some kind of way, maybe this was a job for the grandparents for them to get money, to get an income. Or maybe the mother had a problem with jobs, but this baby needed to go home. Follow me. To wherever her mother lived. It was time for her to get there. Because they decided the grandfather or both of them, all this wrong, they're not going to put up with her crap no more. I just saw the card. This one right here. They decided they weren't going to put up with her crap. They're tired of her crap. If she is peeing or whatever was going on, they're tired of it. But he should have gave her back to her mother. That's what I'm saying. She has a beautiful dream of little Jada. Okay. She wanted tenderness and sensitivity out of her grandfather or both of them. Because if a lady on a standby, if you stand by allowing somebody to abuse and mistreat and hurt a child, you just as bad as the person. It's just like you doing it. You're as guilty as the person. The sounds of her weighed him down. Follow me? He didn't want to hear whatever her whining or crying or whatever it was. Follow me? Because it says right here that little Jada didn't control the outcome. She had to be okay with her looks and know that she was beautiful because maybe she was talked down to, I don't know, made to feel ugly. She was groggy at one point. Follow me? Because he wanted her to be submissive and do what he wanted, how he wanted it. Oh, that's fluff. The universe, you know, she was on the battlefield, little Jada, because he wanted her to be submissive. He was controlling, dominating, bossy. Okay, here we go right here. He wanted pillow talk. Follow me? He wanted it extended. So I'm looking at that. She was abused. Follow me? I feel she was abused. Because it's not with his mother. I mean, it's not with his woman. It's not with his wife. Follow me? So I feel like, yeah, circumstances stopped it. Or permanent for a lifetime, for her having a life. Follow me? Because he was energy seeking. Follow me? And he had to see it for what it is. Because he pinpointed a problem and he complained about the problem. Follow me? What she did. It says that he needed to go full force and grow his business or his daughter, somebody as far as money. Follow me? He had these feelings inside, dealing with something judicious right now. He feel nobody's perfect, but the ex was not for him. And the ex for him would be little Jada. He should have gave the baby back. He wanted her to plant a seed of playful energy. Follow me? He rose to the occasion given to him, right? No longer will he be filtered. And he just did what he wanted to do because he was a shark to this baby. Follow me? Okay, family want to get to the truth, or everybody else out of this story otherwise, because something come from the childhood, right, that he need to stop running from, or little Jada, something come from, she was a child, so I feel it don't come from her childhood. It says look at things to stop running. This would be him, because he beat little Jada. Follow me? Help was a minute away. He should have called for help. Call his daughter. Called somebody. Get what God's saying. Dealing with something cognizable. Okay, do not hold yourself hostage after a death. Your loved one is here in spirit, and she is here in spirit. Something comes from his childhood. How he was raised, evidently. And he need to start running from whatever it is. So it says right here, he need to filter his ways, because he is tearing down this baby's emotions. She wasn't tearing his down. Okay. It says right here, he popped up on her. And he felt she was taking him for a joke. Okay. He is going to be that one and put his all in. Right? And this usually go with a job, but I'm going to put it with right here. He is going to put his all in. He is going to be that one and put his all and everything in and make it his own. So he is putting his all in. If he beat her that night or whatever over and over, he put his all in. And he popped up on her that night, whenever it was. She was taking him for a joke or whatever. Okay. So he might have threatened, and he went through with whatever it might have been he said. He is feeling the moisture of what this took from him, right? Or she was feeling the moisture. Okay, let's go. He needed to send her home to her mother, though. Follow me? Or he might needed to go get a job if she was there, because he needed financial help. Anything like that. But maybe some kind of way his daughter said, would you raise my child, you'll get some money. Anything like that. And he went on with it. Come on, let's get into it. It's nobody's affair but the person you are involved with having consideration. So it was nobody's business for him and his wife what was going on. Should I forgive for the God mission? So this could be Jada. Should she forgive for the God mission? I'm going to say little Jada. Right? Because it's nobody's business for him and his wife what's going on. I can't say his daughter, because he is in a wonderland of the lost souls. Little Jada was dealing with these people here. What's the wonderland of lost souls? Sinful people, negative people, angry people, damaging people. He is little Jada. This would be her card. I was always, she can't say this, but I'm going to say it for her. I will always respect myself. This is when somebody wants you to indulge in something you don't want to. Follow me? And this is negative people. Follow me? So knowing all money is green, right? God says right here, look somebody in the face, eye to eye contact, no biting his tongue. All money is green. Evidently, he was getting money for his daughter being there, and he need to tell his daughter, eye to eye contact, that he couldn't do it anymore. Because it was talking in his surroundings. Follow me? He wanted full range submission out of this baby, little Jada. Okay? She is a people pleaser. Knowing that she wasn't knowing her little words had power. Okay? So we have right here that she was groggy. But he needed to plant a vision, this father, and get him a job or something. Because some kind of way he might have been getting paid from the mother. Some kind of way the mother reached Jada over to them so they can have an income or anything like that. Because she was their lifeboat. Follow me? Where they could have money coming in. He didn't want to put with her crap no more. He's tired of her crap. But she is a beautiful dreamer. Okay, he plunged into tension with little Jada. Okay, it says right here, he was gambling too much. He needed to be checked, this man. Because he needed to let go of destruction. Because he was full of destruction toward this baby. Okay. We got the healing path right here. He should have been healing and helping this baby, not destroying this baby. Okay, it was a meeting place, and the meeting place was wherever it was, in the front room or wherever he beat her at was the meeting place in that house. Yeah, I'm wearing these clothes. She had whatever kind of clothes on, and what kind of clothes she had on evidently was soiled clothes, and he had a problem with that evidently, right? Okay, so we hear he decided to stick a fork in her, and he chose to stick a fork in her. He was done with her. Okay, so we hear right here that universe is driven to God you to your path where you go. So God, he should have gave the baby back. When it's all over, he should have just gave the baby back. Refused to stay in the puddle to keep him wet. If he knew he couldn't handle the baby, he should have gave her back. See what God's saying? God says he was educated, but he need not be a fool, because he wound up being a jackal when it was all over with. His wife stood by and allowed all this also. She sit there and allowed that and watched all. She was right there to watch it all. And when you sit there and be a part of, you is just as guilty. Little Jada wanted sensitiveness and tenderness from these people. Okay, life itself was a jigsaw puzzle for her in that house. Okay, the sounds of her weighed him down, her whining, crying, and whatever. Okay, so we hear this one right here. She could not control the outcome. Maybe of her peeing on herself. Maybe she couldn't control her urine. I don't know. If she peed or soiled her clothes, whatever it is, maybe she couldn't control it. Maybe you need to take her to the hospital to find out, to talk to the doctor about it. Some children pee on themselves still at 4 years old and things really. How old was she? Little girl, I know that our little girl, was she bigger now, but she was, what age was she? She was peeing on herself in school with my grandson in the same class. A little girl had to keep going up there changing her. Her mother had to keep going changing her. She was like how old was she? What, she was about 6. She might have been about 6. Maybe 7, I don't know. Peeing on herself, get what I'm saying? I don't think she did number 2. I'm not sure, but peeing on herself, yes. So sometimes some children do that. Okay, so it says maybe she couldn't control peeing on herself, right? If that's what she did, or soil on her pants, or whatever they're saying. She had to be okay with her looks and know she is beautiful. But she didn't have no control over it. But you do know sometimes, too, when children pee on themselves and things like that, it can come from abuse, if you know it or not. So, I look at it, I look at this man abused this baby. I don't see no drug cards whatsoever. Right? That's just what ain't that, I don't even really see a bunch of bad cards or nothing, like he drinking or anything. You know, so I do see the pillow talk, and that means a lot, because he don't have his wife. This is not for his wife. He got a wife, but this is not for his wife. Get what I'm saying? This card is a grown-up card. Extend pillow talk. Get what it's saying? Through the extension or in person. That means laying beside somebody. Get what I'm saying? So if his wife right there along with things, and knowing that this man is any kind of way touching on this child or anything, and she doing nothing about it, you know, don't look at my video and think that I'm talking out of left field, because things like that happen. If the baby peeing on herself constantly, is a reason for it. Because children, when they molested and things happen, they can pee on themselves. They can pee in the bed. Get what I'm saying? Past the age they supposed to, because something is happening to them. Now let's just say, is it another one? Let me see. Let me see if there's another one for little Jada. Jada. We already know he beat on her because the story not saying he beat on her. Then we got that pillow talk jumping out fast and in a hurry because his wife wasn't doing no pillow talking, that's for sure. He wanted extended pillow talk. But ain't his wife. Ain't somebody on the side he talked to on the phone. So only one left is a child. Let's just flow. Don't say what nobody not capable of because you're not there. You don't know what nobody is doing to nobody. So don't think that it's just this baby can talk. She's a 5-year-old. The more she talk, the more she fight back, the more hitting gonna happen. Get what I'm saying? The more, that's just like somebody, a rape victim. If you somebody who don't want to be raped, you're gonna fight that sucker back. And the thing is, what they're gonna do, they're gonna come at you. Get what I'm saying? So she ain't just getting beat for nothing. She ain't just getting beat because she peed on herself. She can talk. She can say no. She can fight back. She can say no. And that could make it where you hitting on her. Get what I'm saying? So it ain't all that she just peeing on herself. If she peeing on herself, it's not for nothing. Bottom line. Okay? Take it however you want to take it. That's how I feel about it. So let me just get another one. Universe, give me another one for little Jada. Oh, give me one for Jada, universe. And this grandfather of hers and step-grandmother, whoever this lady is, that stood by and let him beat this baby and whatever else he did. And she just sit there and watch. Because she know everything that happened to this baby. This baby just not peeing on herself and you're just beating her over and over because she peed. Nope. I don't see no drugs on the table. I didn't see no drugs on the table to show you was drugged up or drugged up. It said you was a shark, but that's all I say. So, and it says on the news or whatever I just read that she ain't even had no clothes on. Why is she with no clothes on? First of all, stretched out on the couch with no clothing on. That sounds terrible. Where's her clothing at? Where is her clothing at? What kind of mess is that? So let me not go there because I love children. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. When it comes down to kids, I love children. And I'm like a bulldog for kids. I want you to get your punishment up and down, all the way around. However it comes to you, I want you to get it. Because you murdered this baby. Bottom line. Period. Okay? People try to dress it up. Murder. You gotta happen this way and that way. Murder is murder. You caused the child's death. You did it. You did it. I don't know how many times you beat her. You kept it up and kept it up and kept it up. Why is all this beating? Just because she peed on herself? You need to talk to a lot of us mothers out here. Our children peed on themselves before more than one time. Did we beat our children over and over and over again? No. So what was your problem? She could talk. She was somebody who could talk and tell on you. Or she ain't want to obey and go along with what you're saying. How about that? That's how I look at it. Okay? So let's just flow. Let me see. Lord, give me another one for this grandfather because he getting on my nerves thinking about him right now. Let me stay in my element here. Okay. What is this? What is this? This is 17. Okay. Deck 17 of the abuse cards and deck 9 are here. Hold on. My cheese squeeze a little bit. Please bear with it. Where's deck 9? I think this just happened not too long ago as far as this story. I saw it on Black Girls Lost podcast. Okay, let's just work for a minute. I gotta say these. You going to jail, Mr. Bottom line, here's your card sitting here for you. You might be in your dream house, but you're going to jail, sir. Let's just flow. Here you are right here, another card. You abuse your power. You're just letting off everything it was about you. Your negativeness, your words, your emotions, your everything came out on that baby. You abuse your power. So you had back your ways of thinking. That she saw it then. She see it now. The baby saw it. Right? Whatever it was. You ain't had racial kind of things because you black like she is. But you had like you didn't want to come up to today's time. You was fixated on her sexuality. I already knew it was that. I just said it. Here it is right here. You fought her. Follow me. Follow me? Because she did it. She did what? She peed on herself, you saying, right? But she was like probably like sassing back or whatever. Okay? You wanted jointness, right? But she was the trailblazer here, not you. So we have right here that we got a racial card. Race is always going to be here, so I need to get a grip. So I don't know why the race card in here. This might going to have to go with jail with you some kind of way. I don't know. But I don't really know what's going on there. Okay, you needed to dig deep and ask yourself, why? Why did you settle for less? You knew you couldn't take care of the baby. You knew you couldn't handle her, so you should have gave her back. And you wanted full revenge on her. All right. Because lies took you there to make you feel you was obligated to take care of her. But God said you didn't. But what? Gradually, a court date coming for you, sir. Follow me? Let's go over here. And here, your card over here is a jail card. Waiting for you, right? Because you need a sensitiveness. You need to get at this baby and softness. You need to stop the negative talk toward this baby because you was a leader, her grandfather. Her mother needed to stop loafing around as far as keeping her there. And you need to stop loafing around and give the baby to the mother and change house because you knew you couldn't handle her. Okay? Okay, we have right here the buttering up. You brought her something to butter her up, to make her happy or whatever, maybe to try to have her on your side. I'm talking to the baby now, little Jada, to kind of like have her on your side, to make it probably where she don't even do no talking about what you might have been doing to her over the months. Follow me? You might have been buying her something, right? If not that, her mother might have been giving some kind of money for you two to keep her, anything like that. Follow me? While time was flowing by, it was empty thoughts for you. Okay, you're astonished that she did it, right? So you're astonished maybe that your daughter gave her to y'all, you two to care for, or you're astonished that little Jada did something, whatever it was she did, right? Peed on herself or whatever, I don't know. So it says right here, time counted to you. Something was canceled 2 times and time counted, whatever it was for you. Maybe her peeing on herself, because that's what they keep talking about. She peed on herself, soiled her clothes or whatever. Anything like that. Or maybe she's supposed to be going back to her mother, but it wasn't happening. And it got canceled and it wasn't happening when she got given to her mother. I don't know what it was. Okay, it says right here, do you really like the way you are, God says? Because you got to thinking at one point things were starting to look good now. But God says that you needed to save your energy for the future and give her back to her mother because you needed more sleep to become more energetic. So we have right here something, the phone, the activity on something was on the cell phone, but the phone was locked or dead or anything like that. You was becoming unboxed, unhinged, upset while stacking them up. So we got to go with this right here at home while having complaints about your granddaughter one after another. She's peeing, she's soiling, or whatever you had complaints about her, and you was getting unhinged. So we can take this with court and say that you was getting unboxed, unhinged, because all kind of charges, allegations, everything gonna come your way. But you had plenty of ideas for your fortune. Whatever money was dishing in and coming into you for taking care of this baby, because you wasn't doing it for free. You was animalistic, controlling, dominating to this baby, even hitting this baby. Okay? Okay, hats off to you. You thought you was going to benefit Allie, maybe getting whatever money was going to be coming in. Right? So you didn't see the baby's worth, and you didn't see that the baby was worthy because you was hell-bent on destruction. God says right here with this card, continuing the vice. So here we go right here. Here's God. Hold on to that thought, people. Anybody watching it, fear took him there. Hold on to that thought, people. That fear took him there. What kind of fear would take him there? To beat on this baby like that constantly. Fear. Get what God's saying. Fear of what? Why would he be fearful? What is it for him to be fearful of? Fearful of what? That you was abusing this baby. Get what it's saying. That's the fear, because she could talk and she could tell on you. Number one, bottom line. Okay, let's just flow. There's a jail card. You on the jail, sir. Oh, you going in the jail, sir. Okay, we got numbers right there. 432, 3513. 1. Finally, she's in a safe and happy place with universe, with God. Okay, you wanted her to change. You wanted her to change, or she wanted you to change. Be nicer, or you wanted her to stop caring, or whatever's going on here. Okay, you had back your ways of thinking. Wanted things to be a certain kind of way, but it wasn't like you wanted to be. It wouldn't change or something like that. You see it now. Well, she saw it now. She is a trailblazer that wanted jointness with you, wanted to get along with her grandfather. She wanted love right here with her grandpops, right? You live in Illinois, or any, just peeling off the layers. Everything about you, any kind of negative, any kind of feelings, whatever it was about you, just letting it out on her. Because you was abusing your power with this baby, no doubt about that thing. So we have right here, I'm happy with my life no matter my color. So I don't know if you was calling her names in there. I don't know if you were saying, calling off the word black. I don't know what you were saying. This is a racial card unless this going on in a jail or where you live at. I'm happy with my life no matter my color. Unless somebody in jail talking about you, the guards or anything, this will be you to your granddaughter. Anything as far as race, don't follow me? You got to see what's troubling you, though. If it's you, if it's not, you're somebody with jail. God said, do you like this stuff? Right? Get out of this mess, right? So if you had a problem with your granddaughter, you couldn't handle your granddaughter, you need to give your granddaughter back to her mother. Simple as that. Here's God again. Little Jada needed to make arrangements to get out of that camp. But she couldn't make the arrangements. You as the adult needed to make the arrangements to get her out of your home. If you couldn't handle her, here's the next card. You was discarding little Jada. Yeah, she said no. This say I don't think so. But I'm going to say she said no, stop, any words like that. No, stop, I can't, I don't want to, anything like that. Because you, against you, phone. Okay, here it is. She did it. He fought me, you fought her. Some kind of way she's struggling with you. She did it, right? Because you're fixated on her sexuality. Here it is right here. This a grown-up card. There's no grown ladies in it. You got a wife, but you want to fixate on hers, evidently. Follow me? Because that's what I thought from the beginning. Myself personally, you heard me say that at the beginning. Are you molded to a religion? Or your leader's your God? Was you in jail before, sir? I don't know what's going on with you. I don't see no drug cards, though, but I'm trying to figure you out a little bit here. Are your leaders your God? Or are you molded to a religion? Or your leaders your God? Whoever tell you what to do. Right? Are they your God, though? Or you molded to a religion? Doing things a certain kind of way. Things got to go just how somebody told you it's supposed to go. Okay, right here. You're going to be sharing in a support group, and that would be for you, jail, your lawyers, anything like that. That's your support group. Because we got right here the time capsule, something come from way back then. Lies took you there to make you feel you was obligated. Obligated to do what? Obligated to be her because she peed on herself. Obligated to abuse her and beat her because she peed on herself because something must have happened to you when you was young. That's what happened to you. You got beat. So that's what you thought you supposed to did that to her too. Follow me? So you're going to fill a lecture. So I'm going to put the lecture with jail, court, anything like that. Court will be your lecture, court. Or jail. Okay, this will be the cell for you. The cell would be the box. Okay? Or you had little Jada in her room. Maybe punished a little bit, anything like that. But she ended up in a, she gonna end up in a box if her funeral haven't happened. Okay? Okay? She might have said something to you, and you said, yeah, me too, about something. But she in a safe and happy place now. Look what God's saying with spirit, with God, this baby. You going off of how things was back then, growing up with you. Your leaders would be your parents, and you drag that stuff along where what your parents say or what jail or whatever, whoever your leaders was who got you molded a certain kind of way where you feel you're supposed to react a certain kind of way. So she's supposed to get a beating because of what happened, or she's supposed to listen right away, or else she's supposed to not pee on herself, or else, or whatever you was taught. You wanted full revenge on her, all right, and you got it because you did what you did. So we have right here that you weren't going to settle for less, but you had to ask yourself, why did you keep the baby if you know you couldn't handle the baby? So we still got the race cards again, right? So we didn't say anything about her race, no kind of way you dealing with. These cards would be dealing with the jail. Race always going to be here, somebody need to get a grip when they fight as far as jail and courts, because here the court, gradually a court date going to come up for you. And it says right here that you needed to save some money, right? Do you love your wife? This usually go with a person who talking to somebody else, and God had to say, do you love your wife? Get what the God said, do you love your wife? Because you are over here doing something to this baby over here. Do you love your wife? Get what I'm saying? Fear took you there. Look, hold on to that thought. The fear took him there. What fear? What fear took him there? That this baby going to tell on you as far as what you did to her? That's the fear. That's the fear. Because the news said that you beat her more than 2 months ago or whatever, and there's marks on her. So all of a sudden, fear took you there all of a sudden now? No, fear didn't take you there because you beating on her. Fear took you there because you feel she's going to talk that you did something inappropriate. That's the fear, because it says right here, you was fixated on her sexuality. Follow me? Here, right here, she's saying no. Stop, no, or whatever she's saying, you discard her. She needed to be able to get out of there, but she's a child. She couldn't get out on her own. It's like you stuck and trapped somewhere and you can't get out. I feel sorry for children when they stuck with people and they can't get out of places with monsters. Because you was a monster. They say you was a shark to this baby. She was stuck and your wife wasn't no help. She knew just what she was doing and she did nothing but just let you. She saw that you was a monster, you was a shark to this baby. She knew just what was happening and she just allowed it to be. Since this baby was vocal, she could talk. And the thing was, you was afraid she was going to do some talking, right? Because you did what you did. You made some kind of move. Inappropriate. Get what I'm saying? And that's what it was all about. That's why it went so far this time around. That's why it went that far. That's why it went, because she know how to talk. We got a 5-year-old. They know how to talk. They can say stop. They know how to say, I'm going to tell. They know how to say all kind of stuff at 5 years old. So yeah, that's what it was all about. That's why you went far as you went. So you and your wife open your mouth and tell the whole truth about this thing. That would be the whole truth. Pillow talk. Pillow talk is a grown folks card here. You ain't want no pillow talk from your woman, from your wife. She right there with you. No, you wanted it to be extended with this baby here. Whatever pillow talk, whatever you was calling yourself doing. That's the truth about the thing. And it went overboard because this little baby could talk and she was going to do some talking or whatever. Or whatever she said to you. And it just made you, filled you up more and more. And that's why you beat her so hard and beat her so much because of that right there. So tell the truth. You and your wife. I already say your sorry wife. You and your wife. If she sit there and let you beat this baby like that, that's how I look at people like that. I don't care about none of you. When it come down to kids, I care less. When it come down to kids, I care less about you. And I mean that from my heart. I don't like people hurting kids and abusing kids. In no form or fashion. So that's what it was. So it's called, you wanted her to give in to what you're saying, and you wanted her to probably obey and say yeah or not tell or whatever, but it wasn't going to go this time. It wasn't going to fly this time around. It wasn't going to fly. So you went overboard with your beating and beating and beating because you wanted to control, letting off everything in you. And you killed her in the process. So God didn't bring out the murder card because you ain't intentionally mean to murder her, evidently, because God would have put it on this table in one of these decks, but God didn't. But you did mean to beat her, trying to get her to comply, trying to get her to say what you wanted to say or whatever, and you just wasn't hearing it. Because this stuff comes from your childhood, remember? However you was raised, beat for this, beat for that, or whatever was going on. Listen to your leaders, listen to your parents, or whatever kind of way you was raised, you was putting that to this baby. So yeah, is this all for the storyline universe? Okay, we got to go. It's like, is it anything else? Anything? Let me just look for a minute. I don't want to mess up the story. I see two in my mind, but let me see what it says. If it don't look like it goes with it, I'm not going to put it down. Use life to you because you did kill a baby. I gotta give you this one because it say, what is life to you? You killed a baby. Because God's saying right here to you, what is life to you, sir? What is life to you? You killed that baby. See? Because little Jada was simply the best, God says. She is wallowing in her pain. But you're going to be dealing with a joy. You're going to need God to help you. You want God to help you in the situation. You're going to be dealing with a joy. Because you needed God to intervene between you and the baby. But you wasn't giving in. You wasn't listening to God. Because right then you looked at the baby as a liability. Because the baby overtalked for you. That's the thing. She overtalked. She was saying what she was saying. And it was a little much for you. But something is in the drawer. Whatever it is in the drawer. Because God said, what is life to you, sir? Deep. Okay, let's just flow. Let me see if there's anything over here, Lord. 8. What, did I have 8 already? 8 is 10. Did I have 8 already in the verse? It seemed like... Let me see. I had 8. Oh, let me just see what 8 have. I love children. I don't like hearing about people hurting children. Boy, I will fight you to the end when it comes to that. Whoa, ho, ho. Whoa, ho. Look what we got. Look what's at the bottom. Okay, was this... Oh, because I told you I ain't seen no drugs on the table. Oh, did you hear something in you, sir? Let's just go here. Let me see what it says. Now I know if it's yours. Oh, yes. You owe an insane apology to this baby and her mother. Let's just flow. Let's see. Decency, man. We got this in here, though, Lord. So we got right here. Let's see what this man... Was you in jail, sir? You in jail before or something? I don't know. I feel like you might have been in jail. It ain't a bad thing, but I'm just saying it's just something. Something jumping out. Let me just try to work this because I don't know. I feel like it go with you. I see that. You just trying to get this done. Maybe you're a tourist, act like a tourist. That's the thing. So we have right here that taking care of myself. Some kind of way you was looking at the baby as promiscuous. Just gotta go with somebody. You was looking at the baby as promiscuous. just flow for a minute. Or her mother. There's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody. Let's just flow for a minute. Let me see how it goes. Somebody was wondering if they could trust you. God said don't hurt nobody, but somebody was wondering if they could trust you, or you was wondering if you could trust somebody. That's just her. She knows the truth. She's not innocent in it all. So the baby knew the truth of what all was happening to her. Oh, strike that. The wife knew the truth of what was happening to the baby, what was happening in their house. Because you was trying to treat the baby, I gotta go this way, you was trying to treat the baby promiscuous. Right? But the baby was trying to take care of herself. You need to take care of the baby as as grandparents, but you was trying to treat the baby this way. I gotta take it that way. Okay, you was wondering if you could trust the baby not to tell on you, I guess. Because it says, don't hurt nobody. God telling you don't hurt nobody. Because the baby was on the battlefield. It says she knows the truth. She's not innocent in it all. This will be his wife. Follow me. Because it was some sharp words insinuated to the baby. Follow me. Because you was holding on to the baby, you and your wife, for financial gain. Follow me. So because your budget plummeted. Follow me. It's something that's in plain sight, and you should not jeopardize it. Well, your daughter shouldn't have jeopardized it, because you looked at the baby as a liability, because you want to know if this baby will talk and tell on you up here. Follow me? Wonder if she'll overtalk. Follow me? When she talk, will she overtalk, or she did overtalk, or something was in the drawer. Okay, you needed to make a choice as far as the campgrounds, and that means you needed to get the baby out of the house. If you couldn't take care of the baby, little Jada, you should have got her out and gave her back to her mother. Follow me? Or you made a choice to bring her in your house, however it's going. So we have right here something was smooth, a trinket, a charm, a necklace, an earring, or anything that belonged to you or the baby, a ring, a cross. Maybe she thought something was laughable, but you wanted things to be done in decency, anything like that, or you thought something was laughable. Okay, you was in agreement, some kind of way, in collaboration with your daughter, maybe to even have her there, because she was there for financial gain for you. Or you wanted little Jada to go to the bathroom, and you wanted her to be in collaboration, in an agreement, and going to the bathroom, anything like that. But it says you was playing Russian roulette. You need to think twice before making moves. Follow me? But it says right here that you owe little Jada an insane apology, because it made no sense what you did to this baby. And now's the time, God said you need to open your mouth and apologize to the baby in the spirit and to her mother, because it was intense madness. She needed you to bring in emotional love she needed as a grandparent. Okay, it says right here that you're calling too much, because we got the work ethics here. So since you was actually supposed to be taking care of her, and you and your wife, right? You had bad work ethics. You wasn't good workers, because you mistreated her, right? You didn't want to do your job, and your job was to take care of her. You was getting money to take care of her, so you should have took care of her. If she had to be changed 50 times, if you was getting paid, you should have did it. Bottom line, you're calling too much. So some kind of way, maybe she is calling you for something, whatever, I don't know. Or maybe it's calling her, but something is on Facebook, FaceTime, any kind of social media. What is life to you, sir? God said, what is life to you? Because you didn't act like little Jada's life meant a can of peas. She was simply the best, though, God says, right? She is wallowing in her pain at that house, dealing with you and your wife. But she needed God to intervene, to get in between you and her, because you were so upset. God had to get in between, because you was just that upset. God had to get in between to stop it, because you was just so angry with her, because you felt she did something so wrong. God had to get in and stop you, but you didn't listen to God. You didn't want to hear God. You just kept it up like a madman, like a monster that you was. But when you go to court, you're going to want the jury to act like God and have compassion on you. Follow me? You need to look and mirror yourself, at yourself, right? Because we got a Taurus love. You act like a Taurus, you is a Taurus, the baby a Taurus, or act like a Taurus. But you need to look in the mirror at your own self. Do you see any flaws? It got to be room for flaws. Nobody's perfect, mister. Because it said on the back of the card, nobody's perfect. I think it's this card here. Is it this card? Nope, not this card. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. You're just going to feel it, all your feelings, and let them out. And all your feelings was just going to let her have it because she wasn't complying, she peed, she wasn't listening, she's going to talk or whatever. Follow me? Glance at the moon. So it's nighttime some kind of way. So we here silly in me to think that I could fool you. If you met her lesbian or met him gay, you can still do your God mission. So this between you and your wife, evidently. Something going on with you and your wife. Whatever's going on there with you and your wife. Follow me. Either you ain't straight some kind of way, or your wife ain't straight. One of you, some kind of way. Silly me to think I could fool you. Follow me. Because really, this should be your card right here. This card right here. But you didn't turn out good. Because it's an Earth Angel card, but you ain't turned out good. You did the negative. Follow me? So I said you was getting high. Right? You need to get yourself home for some help though. You were super overboard, sir. With some peeing on clothes. I mean, come on. I'm a mother and I done had like 3 kids and my children have peed this way and that way and everything else. I ain't beat my children. Come on. That's a little much. A little overboard here. There's more to that story. I am not selfish because I want a whole man or a whole woman. Get what it's saying? Follow me? Be considerate of your partner. This is you and your woman. I want a whole man. Follow me. Be considerate of your partner. So you messing with the baby some kind of way because of you and your wife. Okay, it says right here that you cheating yourself out of a good life. What happened to you? Okay, we got the same mother. What happened? We got the same mother, so maybe you and one of your siblings might want to know what happened to you. Why you like you are. Why did you murder this baby? What happened to you? What caused you to do that? We got the same mother. What made you murder the baby? Or I don't think you work at a company. I want to leave it there. Your sibling, one of your siblings. If not your sibling, maybe your children. No, it gotta be what I said. We got the same mother. Your sibling want to know what happened to you if you got one. Why would you do something like this? Okay, you gotta accept your defeat and adapt to that thing, sir. You got these feelings inside. Or the baby had these feelings inside, little Jada, but there's nothing she can do about it. Stuck in there with monsters. You chose and you chanced it to do what you wanted to do to her, and that was be her or chanced it to make a move on this baby. Okay? God says right here, your best outcome for the best future for you is to have no more conquest and love of business. So we hear right here that being already available, some kind of way. Being already available. You wanted her to be available. So when she peed on herself, as you saying, to keep talking about her peeing on herself, you had a problem with her peeing on herself. You wanted it to be where she didn't pee on herself some kind of way. So that means she wasn't available. She wasn't like you wanted her to be. You wanted it to be where she didn't pee on herself. Being already available. You didn't want to have to be changing her and cleaning her up and things like that. Okay, this caught me off guard. You was caught off guard. If not you, little Jada. Okay. Somebody was acting the way they shouldn't be acting and it caught the other person off guard. Because you're supposed to be her grandfather, but you came another way at her. Get what it's saying? You're supposed to be her grandpops, but you came a whole nother way. And it caught her off guard. Okay, move fast on what you see is calling you forward. You needed to move fast on what was calling you forward to be a decent person, a decent grandfather. Get ready to be in charge of your life. So right now, you're going to have to do it in jail, though. Move fast on what's calling you forward and be in charge of your life, because you're going to have to be like that in jail now. Okay? You're going to have to fight for your sanity in there. Follow me? Because little Jada had to fight for hers inside this house. She had 2 grown people in there and nobody could protect her. That's sad. And then her mother was where her mother was. So she was just plain out. She had nobody to protect her at this point. And that's a sad world for children when they don't have nobody to protect them. It's sad. It's terrible. Why did you hold on so long? Why did you hold on to having her at your house if you know you two couldn't handle her? Why did you? I know why. Because you wanted to keep getting the finances. Because it said that you was financial. She wasn't able for you to get financial help. She had to fight for her sanity. You might have had to fight for yours in there because you couldn't handle her as a little child. But you should have gave her back to her mother, where she belonged, with her mother, not with you. But she had to fight for her sanity and put up with what was going on with her in there and not talking. But this last time, it was a whole different story because she was going to be doing some talking. Because it's transparent that she is a liability. Right here with this card, she is a liability. Because you might have beat her at first, was giving her beatings, but you moved another step. You did something different. And that's with the sexuality. Follow me? You changed up. You supposed to be a grandpops, and then you came another way with this card. This card says something right, but I'm trying to use it a certain kind of way. You came another way. You supposed to came as a grandpa, but you came as a man come. 2 different. Our father is our father, and our man is our man. Get what I'm saying? It's 2 different roles, 2 different outfits, right? You came another way, quarter off guard. You wanted her to be already available. You wanted her to not be all peed up, soiled up. You didn't want to have to be changing her and things like that. God say no more conquest in love or business. Get what God's saying. You chanced it and you chose to chance it. Baby had to fight for her sanity in that house because it's a card that says you was high. Some kind of way you had something in you. If you didn't before, you put something in you that day for some reason. God knew you. And Jada knew what happened to her. You had sorry work ethics because it wasn't good. At all right here. It wasn't good. You didn't have no good work ethics right there. You ain't like the idea. You had to change her. She peeing on herself or whatever. But if you're getting paid for her to be there, you need to do everything that it entails. If you're getting money for it, do everything that you're supposed to do if you're getting paid for somebody. Period. That's how it goes. Or give her back to her mother where she belonged anyway. With her mother, not with you anyway. Because you ain't just go overboard because she just peed on herself. Come on. Tell that to the birds. You can tell that to the birds, to the falcons out there. You didn't beat this baby like that because she peed on herself. Is you crazy? You tell that to the birds. You tell it to the falcons out there. You tried to treat her promiscuous. You tried to treat this baby a certain kind of way. This is a baby here. We ain't talking about your wife you got. We talking this baby. Right? Oh yeah. She had problems in that house. She couldn't do nothing in that house. She was simply the best. Fighting for her sanity up in that place. Dear God, what is life to you? Because God knows you killed the baby. God knew you was going overboard. Look at the card. What is life to you? Whatever your name. I forgot your name. Grandfather. What is life? God got it 2 times. What is life? That means that's God saying, trying to jump in to kind of get you to stop. That's what this card means. Every time this card comes, that's when somebody get ready to kill somebody. Every time God put this in, it goes with somebody get ready to kill somebody to make you second think. If you like hit this baby 9 times or whatever it said on there that you did, what's all that about? Just because she peed or pooed it? Come on, give it a break. We already know that's not cutting it. That's why when I had to come down here because I love kids. You ain't getting away with nothing with kids with me. Oh, you're going to get your spiritual justice. The law going to handle you because it say you're going to jail. You're going to be in prison. The first one I did, one of those. But God will handle you spiritually. Because I'm finished your storyline. I did 6 sets of cards for this baby. Because she worth it. To find out what your problem is, sir. And you went overboard. You ain't just beat her because of no peeing on herself. You tell it to the birds. Tell it to the falcons. You beat this baby because you looked at this baby the wrong way. You took something. You was high a little bit off of whatever you was high off of. And you went another direction with this baby. You looked the wrong way at this baby like you shouldn't have. And you made some kind of move on this baby. And she could talk. And she was going to do some talking. And that's the bottom line. And you call yourself beating her to make it where she don't talk. And evidently you wasn't getting the answer you wanted. So you kept on beating her. Now just tell the truth about it. Go in and tell the truth and stop lying about, oh, I was beating her because she peed. Come on. Come clean, mister. Because you're going to be in jail. You might as well just tell the truth about it. Tell the truth about it. Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That you was inappropriate with your granddaughter. Period. Bottom line. And she can talk and she is going to tell on you. Bottom line. And you was trying to beat her till she say she wasn't going to talk. But you wasn't getting that out of her. Because she was going to talk. The first person she could get to. It was transparent. She has a liability. And you was going to beat her until she wasn't one. Until she decided to say, no, grandpops, I'm not going to tell. But she wasn't saying it. And you just kept it up and kept it up. And that's when her little body gave out. You deserve everything you get, sir. Everything you get. Because you don't kill one of God's angels and think you're getting away with it. You deserve everything you get. This the best loved one.